as airlines reconsider $55 billion in orders. Democratic Senator Chris Coons spoke with Bloomberg's Kevin Cirilli about his concerns surrounding the company and the FAA.
Well, I have confidence in the FAA and the independent professionals who investigate accidents, but I am concerned by news that broke last night. 5 different American pilots had self-reported concerns about the safety and operations. I'm hopeful that the FAA is going to quickly make a decision here to ground the planes and to speed up their investigation, but to make sure it is thorough and complete.
Switching gears, you have legislation that would really impact the agricultural sector as well as the business community in terms of the president's trade policies with China. A lot of business leaders, a lot of farmers looking to get relief from tariffs. Talk to me about what your bipartisan legislation would do.
There's 3 different things I've done on the trade front. One is to make sure, this is with Senator James Lankford, that there is an appropriate process for those seeking relief from tariffs to come in and make their case to the U.S. Trade Representative's office. Another is an action with Senator Isaacson of Georgia to say, if we're in this trade war with China, let's not stop without guaranteeing access to the Chinese market for American poultry. Both our states are big chicken exporters. And last, I'm working with a bipartisan group of colleagues to make sure that we understand the challenge, the threat that China poses to us, to our economic system, to our values, and to our way of life.
I was struck by U.S. Trade Representative Bob Lighthizer testimony before some of your colleagues in the Senate on the Senate Finance Committee this week, and he refused to say whether or not tariffs would be lifted between now and when President Xi ultimately decides to meet. If you're a company, if you're trying to go through the pathway, or if you're in the poultry industry and you're trying to go through the pathway of getting an exemption, what steps can you take literally like today in order to try to get that exemption?
Well, for this 3rd round of tariffs, there's no exemption process in place. That's exactly what Senator Lankford and I were pressing Bob Lighthizer, the U.S. Trade Representative, to take up and to make clearer. But my larger point here on the U.S.-China tariff fight, or our current trade fight, is I hope the President, having taken us this far, doesn't retreat from the conflict without getting term enforceable change to what has been China's devastating innovation mercantilism. They've been stealing America's innovations for now decades. They've been compelling tech transfer. They're doing things in terms of research and innovation and discovery that will give them a leg up going forward. I want our chicken export markets reopened. I want our soybean farmers to have their export market reopened. But let's not stop this trade war for minor or temporary concessions. Let's make sure we get something big in terms of China's approach to the world and to trade.
I do want to ask you about your another prominent Delaware politician, former Vice President Joe Biden. He's really speculation mounting now that he's going to make this decision within a few weeks. I know you speak with him regularly. Where is he at this particular moment?
I'm very optimistic Joe Biden's going to run for president. I'm all but certain he's going to. We met this past week. I know this is a big decision. Bluntly, our president is known for being personally aggressive, difficult, even demeaning to his opponents. The way he conducted himself in the 2016 campaign would give anyone with a family they love hesitation about diving into this fight. But Joe's a fighter. He gave a remarkable speech yesterday to a national organization of firefighters, the IAFF, and it was a reminder of just how well he connects with and understands the people who put their lives on the line for us every day, who do a difficult, dirty, dangerous job. Everyone knows that our communities rely on firefighters. Joe Biden's the kind of person who can remind us of the ways in which we are a great country. We don't need to be made great again. We've got people who, through their service and their commitment, have made us great, and he will inspire us in how we're going to move forward together.